Alright, everyone settle down, please. Scouts, quiet. Quiet, thank you. Welcome everyone to the Boy Scouts meeting. Today we're going to talk about Eagle Scouts. So, first of all, Tassadar.
Yes, Executor?
Okay, well, I'm a troop leader, but yeah, about your application to be an Eagle Scout. Unfortunately, you were denied at this time.
What?
Yeah, well, as you know, the Boy Scout motto is be prepared, and, well, I'll have Illidan explain.
Hatred of 10,000 years!
God damn it, Illidan, you had one job. Alright. The time is 7:19 p.m., the date is December 16, 2014, and the forecast is podcast! Did not start that as early as I was supposed to, so it didn't work out quite the way I wanted it to. But alright, here we are. Welcome everybody to StormWatch. You're listening to 97.5 WTCH, the Sonic Storm. Hey everybody, I'm Abra. We're gonna do another episode of this for some reason. And with me I've got Mr. Bagels himself, who is the creator of Hero.gg, or, the something of it. He did Hero.gg, and we're going to talk to him about that. That's hence the name of the show. Also with me, we've got Maid.
Yo.
How's it going, buddy?
Oh, you know.
I don't. That's why I ask, man.
Hey, I don't have a witty intro, so, let's go to the bald guy.
Alright, what's up, Zeus?
Not much. Finally got in. All good to go. Excited to talk.
Yeah, you almost missed the show, man.
Yeah, he was late.
Yeah, and it's totally his fault and nobody else's.
Yeah, no one else at all.
I can't think of any other reason besides your own incompetence that you didn't make it on time. Oh, you got fans in the chat already, man.
I do. Look, I bring the people.
Alright, guys.
People.
So, we've got Dan here. Oh yeah, we just had a discussion about this. Hey, should we talk about, should we refer to everybody by their in-game names or their real names? And I'm just like, yeah, we'll definitely just use everybody's, just like, what's on the overlay.
Call me Dan.
Okay, so Mr. 8 Bagels.
Okay, or Bagels, 8 Bagels.
Already done goofed.
The not-so-bald guy.
Yeah.
Can I just call you all the not-so-bald guy?
We'll call him
works.
Medium Hair. I don't know who has more me or Maid, but this is all completely irrelevant to the people who are listening to this on iTunes.
Yeah.
For those of you listening on iTunes, I am drinking out of my Abracadabra Alakazam custom-made glass.
Custom-made, I see what you did there.
Okay, so anyway, let's get into it. We're going to talk to Dan, 8 Bagels here, about Hero.gg, which is, for those of you who don't know, a website that he's about to describe for you.
Yeah, Hero.gg has been, it's been a work in progress for quite some time. It's been a lot of fun to work on. So what you can do is you can upload your replays there. We've got you can upload them manually or download a little program that will make sure they're up there as quick as possible.
Speaking of which, can vouch for that, is not a virus. I've been using it. So you guys don't need to worry about him taking your credit card information.
Hopefully not. And then we'll take your replays and run some stats on them for you to help you understand how you're playing the game, help you understand what heroes you're doing really good at or heroes that you need some help with, maybe what map is the best, maybe what role you excel at. Actually, that one surprised me. I put it in my games, and I have like a 75% win rate on specialists, and I actually never would have guessed that.
Oh my god!
Because I don't like that. I don't know. I don't play that class a whole lot.
I'm such a good support.
I was curious about that. I noticed on mine, I've 7 whole games with Tyrael, and they're all wins. I was like, wait, what?
Nice.
It's just like, that doesn't seem right, but okay, maybe.
Zavis, please.
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
a 100% win rate with random out of one game. Get
Nice.
on my level.
That's
Please.
impressive.
I bow to you. You are the pro gamer.
Out of
So
5 games played with Asmodan, I've won all 5, despite the fact that I'm garbage with him. He just doesn't die, so I can't feed the enemy team or anything.
Anyway.
you tried to lose with him, you just couldn't.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can. We're also going to. So we just launched last week. In fact, it might be like a week ago today. And we're just in beta. So there's going to be some hiccups and bugs and stuff. And but we sure love what we're doing over here, and we'll fix them all. We're also trying to track some. Not MMR. I mean, we call it eMMR, like estimated MMR, but we're trying to help you understand where your skill level might be compared to other players in the Nexus. And the one thing that we're really proud of is the fact that we're able to show talents. Now, that's maybe to varying degrees of accuracy because it's very experimental. It's very new process that we're doing. But it's pretty cool to be able to go look back at your games and to see what talents that you took or what talents other people on your team or the enemies took, so that you can learn more about how to play the game and how to improve. And maybe you can spot some patterns in the talents that you take that maybe show what builds are leading to more wins.
I was gonna bring up talents actually, because I saw that you've got them for every replay that gets uploaded, right? So when I go on to, I'll bring this up. When I go on to like Orc Test's page, you can see in each match all of the talents that he took, which Hot Slugs doesn't do, does it?
Not currently, nope.
Okay. So
Yeah,
are you gonna tell them how you did that? Do they not know, or have they just not done it yet? Is that an industry secret? I'm just curious.
The way that we got talents out was not easy.
Okay.
And it's something that we spent a lot of time and effort and research, and it's not quite 100% there yet. So right now we need to improve it and perfect it a little bit. It's hard to say what will happen in the future, and we're always open to talking to other websites and seeing if there isn't anything, a deal that can be reached or some agreement or something. But right now it's something that makes us unique, and we hope to bring more and more to the table, not just talent. So
yeah, no, I'm not. Yeah,
Bagels, I just have one question. Blizzard, they told us that the technology just wasn't there yet. So I gotta ask, what kind of alien technology did you use, and how did you find it to create Hero.gg with talents?
I've got to ask you this question: has science gone too far?
A little bit, probably a little bit too far. No, I mean,
we don't have to talk about this a whole lot. Like we're getting into very technical details. Nobody cares.
I care.
I know, I care too. But
how do I get
just trying to gracefully change the subject.
How do I get beta key access to Area 41?
Oh yeah, pressing questions for the Hero.gg guy. Okay, anyway, so sorry, did you want to say something?
Oh no, I was just going to say that talents is kind of the tip of the iceberg, and we hope to not only perfect that, because it's not 100% perfect right now. If you've gone through some of your matches, you might have seen somebody who took like 72 talents, and it's like, wait a second, what are they playing? But we hope to find some other cool stats in the replays as well that we can expose.
Cool.
So I like asking you guys, first of all, have you used Hero.gg yet, and have you learned anything about your gameplay yet?
I have learned that I am the best player in the entire alpha, actually. So I've enjoyed that.
You have a really high ranking. Your eMMR is pretty high.
3,647. If we search Abra 1435, oh god, I don't know if I should be giving away my battle.net ID. Too late. It's live. Fuck it, we'll do it live. So I actually have 1,601 plus 20,000. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Oh yeah, it's pretty good. Like you kind of broke the system, so we just had to we just had to throw more EMMR to make it more accurate for you.
For those of you who don't know, because I guess I'll just explain this joke, is I made a post like complaining about how Hero.gg was the inferior site to Hotslogs just because since the Hero.gg EMMRs are a little lower than Hotslogs, just by the way that the system works, the scaling, I said that it was a worse site because my number was smaller. Kind of just, I don't know why I did it. I was probably drunk, but
It's not the only thing that's smaller. Hmm.
A smaller E-beam?
Yeah.
Direct correlation?
Smaller E-beam.
Davis, I was really just gonna
Save
let
it.
like the
Gonna leave
silence
it.
just like linger for a second. Oh, I didn't even realize I didn't have the camera turned on for the stream people. Could you say that again for me, Mid?
It's too late.
Give me that one again.
Too late, man. The joke is done.
Okay,
It's
well,
past. It's dead.
I just stared at you and
We need to hire a cameraman. Get on those transitions.
you're a transition. So yeah, so you want to talk a little bit about oh, by the way, guys, stick around. We've got a BattleNet gift card that we're given that 8Bagels has been kind enough to provide for us to give away to the chat. So we'll be figuring that out and possibly arbitrarily giving it away at some point after.
Arbitrarily.
Yeah, we just
Yeah.
just whenever it happens, it's when it's gonna happen when it's gonna happen. So don't tell your don't tell your friends to watch because then you'll have a better chance of getting it.
That could decrease your odds. Yeah.
So yeah, make sure you don't share this with anybody. Keep the link to yourself.
So,
also-
Made, I think you said earlier that you didn't hop in Hero GG right at the first, that you kind of shied away initially.
Yeah. I was a bit jokingly BMing earlier on. Mostly jokes, but
Wow, what
I-
else is new?
I was indeed wondering to myself why I should change from Hotslogs to Hero GG.
It doesn't
'cause,
seem like the kind of thing that you need to change from one to the other, right? Like, if one's providing something that you want, you can just use it.
Yeah, you can run both uploaders just fine if you want to.
I can prove it. I'm doing it.
What are some other? First of all, what kind of game backgrounds do you guys come from?
All the games.
All of them.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's all of us. That's why we're qualified to make a podcast about games, since we've all played all the games.
What
Dude,
other
Davis,
stats?
remember that one game? We can't remember the names of the games because we've played all of them. But do you know that? You know what I'm talking about,
They
right?
all kind of run together.
I just dropped you.
Yeah, thank you.
But you wanted the
Awkward.
silence.
What are some?
Yeah, but not at
what are
my
some other
expense,
stats
God damn it.
that you guys would like to see on Hero GG? Maybe from other games that you've played or knowing heroes. What are some?
Oh man,
Some
what
other
I want
stats
is
you'd like to see.
more charts. I want so many charts, like all the charts. Charts are the best.
One thing that I think would be kind of interesting, if actually given what you have, it's probably possible if you just find a spot in the UI. I usually would be interested in knowing when you have both teams, if you could do something like a team-wide MMR or like an average or something like that, and you can see a comparison. So when you look back at your matches and you're like, okay, victory, defeat, defeat, victory, defeat, and you see, okay, I'm getting all these defeats against teams that maybe their team generally has a higher MMR.
Ooh,
or
that'd
if
be
you're
interesting. Yeah.
only getting victories against teams lower than you. It's like, okay, am I improving? Or am I usually just beating slightly weaker opponents and losing to slightly stronger opponents? And
Yeah.
sitting
Are
where I am?
my defeats?
That'd be great
Are my
information.
defeats because the other teams are better or because we screwed up?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool.
That would be kinda interesting.
Somebody the other day said that they wanted hardcore stats and charts around every time that they played Abathur and took the Dragon Knight and didn't die afterwards. That's a really specific stat.
That's really interesting.
You look for it.
Just tells you that the sky's the limit. There's always going to be more work to do.
I'm honestly a fan of simplicity, so I wouldn't add too many
Yeah.
features.
Oh, that's
I
one
think
thing I
very
gotta
specific
say.
features like that are kind of too not good for what you have, because after a point, if you have too many options, it actually is negative for the
Like a
site.
little bit, like
It's
a data overload, you know.
not just for
Yeah.
that, but if the store that has 40 different types of jams might not sell as many jams as the store that has 5. It's honestly, there was like data analysis
Oh
and
yeah,
market
yeah,
analysis for this, so
yeah.
um,
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
the jam part
It
is
was
good.
just the
So.
jam specifically, like
I
not
like jam.
anything. I mean,
I
I
like good
love jam. I'm
preserve.
not. I don't mean to imply that I don't love jam,
I mean-
but just specifically jam. That made me laugh. I'm sorry. While I've got you on here, just gotta say, the fucking site is so beautiful. It just looks really nice. I had it pulled up for like the last 10 minutes on the stream because it's just like, just look at that.
Yeah, so a little bit about the site.
Yeah, give us the history.
I've been working on this project real hardcore probably since the beginning of August. And it's all been solo for the most part. Some friends helping me here or there. And then I had the pleasure of meeting Forecourt Jester, and he runs heroesfire.com, which is all part of like the MobaFire network. So we talked a little bit, and things made sense, and we were able to partner up there. So I've been able to leverage a lot of the awesome talent over at Heroesfire and MobaFire. They have an awesome team over there. Their designers are really great. I mean, all their engineers are really awesome. So yeah, it's been a great opportunity to work with them, and they really help take it to the next level, I think. I mean, if it were just me, it would look so bad. It would look so horrible. So, I really have to, give a big hand to all the guys over there at MobaFire and Heroesfire, because it looks great, and I can't take any of that credit.
Okay. Yeah, because so I was too busy turning off ad block on your site to listen to half of that, so I missed some of it. But it's really cool that you guys get that going on, and I don't know why I started talking because I don't have anything to add. What do you guys think?
I'm looking at it right now.
Second podcast, guys. It's a free podcast, everybody. Free podcast.
Well, I don't know. Do you guys have you guys made any builds over on Heroesfire?
I've been meaning to. I really want to make a guide.
Yeah, you totally should. So obviously, if we're partnered up with Heroesfire, you can expect some integration with them coming down the line. There's some. I mean, because Forecourt, he's got that awesome talent calculator over there at Heroesfire, and so obviously there's some integration we can do with showing you the talents on Hero GG, and then being able to take you to the talent calculator with those talents pre-filled, or maybe take you to a spot where you can start writing a guide pretty quick based off a game you just played. I mean, there's some cool opportunities there to kind of drive traffic from one to the other.
Like, hey, look, Jinta is using the Jinta build. Oh, that's handy.
Yeah. Or, I mean, who knows? I mean, we're not in a position to like announce any features or anything like that. But you can just imagine the things that we may be able to do, like say, hey, Aber, you've been winning a ton with this build on Illidan, and that's amazing because no one wins with Illidan.
I think you're a map hacker.
Why don't you write a guide? Why don't you write a guide about this build you've been winning a lot with lately, or something like that?
I mean, the people deserve that. Yeah, I really should write a guide just because
the world needs to know.
I can't keep all of this to myself.
What you're thinking.
Oh my god! Oh wait, look at that! I almost have the date right on that overlay. I just noticed I didn't change it. Sorry, this is not something that I should be saying out loud. I should just be changing that quietly. But I needed to draw attention to it.
It's the build that it's the Illidan build that the world deserves, not the one that it needs.
Just not the one it needs right now. You're right.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So that's all awesome. Did you want to add anything else while we're talking about the site? Any Zavis made any questions, comments on it?
I would say keep it. I would say it obviously needs a bit of polishing. I'm looking at it. It's kind of rough on the text part, I feel.
What do you mean by that?
Only downside. I don't know. I'm looking at it on Safari, so it might not be optimized for That? I'm used to Google Chrome.
Do you support Internet Explorer 8?
I'll have to run some tests with that. Make sure we do.
Don't
No,
encourage
yeah,
them.
like we have some forums dedicated to Hero GG over at heroesfire.com. So if anybody is using it and they've got bugs or problems or just ideas for us, they can throw them over there, and we'll get we'll address them as quick as we can. So yeah, we'll take all suggestions that we can, because we want the community to feel like that they're contributing to the
Special
site,
little
even if it's just
snowflakes.
ideas. They are. They're all unique, special, beautiful little snowflakes.
Some of us just have 20,000 more MMR than the rest of us.
Yeah, remember to bug them about the MMR system.
Not quite 20,000 MMR because not quite 20,000 MMR more because my MMR is actually pretty abysmal. But yeah. So that is.
I do have one more legit question.
All right,
about
yeah.
the site. Are you having plans or any sort of forward thinking towards native apps for tablets or mobile phones? I mean, I tried it on mobile and it actually looks pretty good in a mobile browser as is, but is that something you're looking at?
We've heard that suggestion a couple times, and I think that that is definitely not off the table. I don't think we're doing any mobile development right now on it. I don't know. What are your thoughts? Do you want just a rehash of all the stats already just at your fingertips on mobile phone, or do you want a kind of a different perspective on the data for mobile?
I'm not really sure, actually. Do you have an opinion on that, Made?
I would be down for probably a simpler version. Like right now, I'm seeing a lot of text on the bottom for made, telling me stuff like my stuff on text. But I'd rather have all the graphics, all the first Cursed Hollow 69% win rate. That's all really dandy. So if that was on mobile, I would be super down for that. That way I can upload a bunch of stuff, and then while I'm at work or I'm on the bus and I have nothing to do, I can look and
I've got
I've
an
lost all
80%
my
win
games on
rate.
Dragon Knight. I don't know how to play supports. Well, this is awkward.
This is awkward because I bought all the supports and wanted to be a pro support player. Yikes.
So yeah, we'll definitely make sure it looks good on a mobile browser, and yeah, we'll think about how a native app might work. So
Sexy. All right, so while before we transition away from the hero.gg talk, you're free to stick around if you want to just hang out and talk with us for the rest of the show. That means I don't have to change the overlay, so I'd love it if you did.
I'll hang out for a few. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And feel free to drop out whenever you need to. But now we are going to give away that card thing. So we got to figure out how we're going to do that, guy. How are we going to pick somebody out of the chat?
We need to
Pick a random name calculator. If one of them has one of the designated food-related names, we pick them.
I'm looking at the chat. Look at the chat right now. I'm like, food-related names.
All right. So I wanna add. Okay, so Mr. Cynical called dibs. So that's something to keep in mind. That's definitely a possibility. I think instead of dibs, we're gonna do nose game. So because I have, because the stream is delayed a bit, I'm just gonna go ahead and say touches nose now, and then that won't make any sense to anybody, and then they'll hear me say that, and then I'll have won the nose game. So I'll just get it.
Well, here's what I'm gonna. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give everybody enough of the stream delay to say something else in chat, and then I'll take the names over just to a random, random
number generator.
RNG for the computer science folks among us here.
Yeah. So quickly say something in chat, and then I'll pull these out, and I'll come back in a minute and tell you guys who won.
I wanted to do some really obscure WoW lore question, but I guess that's not fair.
Praise be RNG God. curse it all over again.
All right, guys.
Which we learned is not that RNG.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Mythbusters
Hot slugs
shit
for life.
on
Is that opting out?
Yeah, I think he just said he doesn't want it. I mean, you know, he might win it. In which case, it's just like, hey, you know what? I disagree with what you say, but I defend to the death your right to say it.
You're right
Yeah,
to
right.
give me free money.
I'll be right back,
funny if
guys.
you want.
Discuss things amongst yourselves.
You know, the problem with these things, and a lot of those Facebook contest things, is that in the end, even if you do it with a number generator, you can still pick whoever wins. You know, you're like, that guy won, but I kind of don't like him, you know? His name is like Edward Stevenson 5. Like, I'm not down with that. I'm gonna give it to Pasta 64 instead.
Maybe. See, I need to figure out all these Twitch bot things because there's some Twitch bots that do that kind of stuff for you, help you. Let's see. Here we go. So, who have you guys been playing recently? What heroes have you been playing?
I gotta say, I haven't been playing much at all. I've been mostly on the down low, but mostly Brightwing. I think I'm really digging Brightwing a lot, and testing some Tassadar, of course. She's definitely a big loss to the game, I think.
I think you were practicing your Brightwing voice earlier. Can we hear that?
Oh God, not me. You gotta get the other dude on. We gotta get Kevin to do that
Abra
voice.
doing it?
Come on, Abra. Do the Brightwing voice.
What should I say in the Brightwing voice? Give me a quote.
Apocalypse now, kill everyone.
Apocalypse
Drop a
now! Kill everyone!
That was fun.
All right. So, do we have a
I think we have a 50-50 chance so far in chat.
Well, so we've got Mr. Cynical, we've got Forecourt Jester. He refuses, but I think that means he's also choosing to do it. And then Cyclone X is kind of oh man. Why did we decide to do this? This was a great idea. All right, so last chance.
I got it right here.
I want to do the. I want to check chat, but it's in Russian, so I'm having trouble. I don't know why, but my Twitch is in Russian.
2, 3, 4, 5. Mr. Cynical 2000 actually is the number that I just rolled. So, Mr. Cynical 2000, congratulations!
Congratulations! You've won a free trip to $20 in the BattleNet store. So, yeah.
You've won a free trip to the BattleNet store.
Yeah.
So you can spend all your money on the new characters and regret it when Fall comes out.
All right, cool. So we'll.
Damn it!
Yeah, Mr. Cynical, I'll send you a message in Reddit. Not Reddit. Sorry, Twitch, with that BattleNet code.
All right, so let's talk about some fucking Heroes of the Storm now, yeah?
Yeah, let them revel in the victory.
Nope, it's over. Cool, congratulations. Maid, you've been playing Heroes of the Storm lately?
No, I haven't.
Oh no! The show is ruined! What are you thinking? So we're 2 weeks into the patch? I think it hit like exactly 14 days ago now. Or was it a little over
For
that?
Jaina, you mean?
Yeah, the Jaina
I
patch.
think 15 days ago, actually.
Okay, thanks.
16 in some parts of the world.
Nobody can see your Kappa face right now on the podcast, so you gotta... Whatever. Alright.
I need to print out a gray face or something and just hold it up.
Alright, yeah, man, so what are you thinking balance-wise? How are things feeling?
I think right now people are settling down from the core changes and, if they're getting adjusted to Jaina, stuff like that. I think Jaina is probably the biggest success in Heroes, in all the Heroes released so far, and it does herald a lot of good things for Heroes. You know, it heralds the Blizzard actually being able to balance heroes before they come out, which
Wow.
is a nice surprise. So far we've had releases of heroes who were completely unbalanced when they came out, or they had some glitches. Like a Nubrak was there was some crazy stuff going on with web. If anyone remembers, you could pretty much remove a player from the entire game, which was awkward. But nothing like that with Jaina. She feels pretty balanced, nothing major, and her talent choices are all great. They all feel like they make a difference without breaking the game. Like I said, the core changes cause a lot of people being angry about it. But nothing too major now. I think the biggest change right now to the entire meta is how towers give XP,
Yeah.
which is a really big thing. I noticed that when I played with Kevin on Abra on Dragonshire. We normally before you could pretty much ignore the dragon before level 7, 8, but now we lost control of the board and let them have a dragon at 4. They got 2 towers out of that, and it snowballed
You got a
really hard.
huge level advantage from that. Yeah, that was nuts.
So
it definitely snowballs that more.
I don't know if it's a good change. It does make lane pushers like Asmodan and stuff like that able to do a difference even without promote. I think with promote that would have been absolutely ridiculous.
Promote, huh?
Yeah.
There's a tie-in there. I wonder if you were reading chat, or if you just happened
He
to
wasn't.
do that.
Yeah, I'm not reading chat right now. I can't even vote it.
Somebody
Well,
in
it
chat
actually
just said,
ties
"Hey, if you guys can chat about the promote change this episode." We glossed over it last time we were talking about the patch notes, but yeah, huge change to promote. I was playing Abathur post patch, and it is not good anymore.
It's definitely harder. I think it hits Abathur harder than anyone else for sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Previously, your Abathur, if you're sitting in the base, like if you have to, or if you just don't have any balls to go out into the fray with Abathur, you could still sit there and promote, and then it would stay promoted all the way up the lane.
Yep.
Now you could do it if you're up in the
It's-
fight.
Or if you want to promote a minion, like just as it's coming out from the core, and just kind of like give it like a little morale boost and say, "Hey, buddy,
Good job. Go out there.
keep it up,"
You know,
and he'll just be like,
soak up-
"Yeah."
You're better than your friends for a couple seconds.
Yeah.
Good job.
And then he'll walk over there. By the time he's at top lane, he's just like, "Oh my god, I can't believe it! I really peaked at that first gate there."
What I like about the promote change is it is going to require a little bit more skill for. I think Abathur players can still use it effectively, but it increases the skill required to use it effectively, and it increases the risk. The risk.
There's a good risk
and,
reward
you know,
factor
and
there.
reward, kind of risk reward balance. I like.
I gotta say, while I don't mind the changes so much, I do think they have the potential to add a lot of skill, but it's how it works right now. I haven't seen it much in action, but from what I read, it heals the minion back to full health,
Yeah.
right? So that means if you're close, you can micromanage and heal the minions, which is good, but the problem is how fast they die to tower shots. So that's the downside, and it's how long it takes to regen your promote. I would like probably maybe a small boost to HP at the minimum. Maybe a temporary boost to 50% HP to the minion, and more charges. I would say more charges.
Sure.
That way you can actually micromanage.
Oh,
and
that would
it
be
does
cool.
give you some value.
Oh my, we're losing
that's
Skype video
weird.
here.
Yeah, was that you? Is everybody down?
Yeah, everyone's down.
Oh.
Oh well, that's fine for now. The overlay will just look kind of ugly. It's not a
Oh.
big deal.
That is a problem.
Let's just keep talking about it. So yeah.
So
Go ahead.
I've got a question about promote though, because it does increase a minion to full health. Let's say your team is cursed on the hollow, and you now have promote. You have the option to bring some of your minions up to full health from 1 hit point. Does that change anything in cursed hollow? Does that allow you to defend
tried
better?
that.
or
Does
is it
that
just
actually work?
is it just not enough?
I think it
Difference.
does. From what I remember, it does. Like at least healing, you can actually heal minions with manual heals, like Oofers, chain heal, etc. You can do that. So I
Okay.
think it's possible. But is it
Okay.
actually worth it in that situation? I don't know.
It's an
Might be
interesting
kind of an
thought for
expensive
sure
heal, though.
because like, yeah. Yeah, it all comes down to the fact that like the heal is never going to be particularly relevant. I think it's as long as there's so few charges. The reason that they gave for putting it in was just because if you promoted a minion and then it died immediately afterward, then that was like a bummer. But we'll see how that.
Oh, looks like one of us managed to get back on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
hit
video.
your little video button.
Persistent.
Whoa, magic!
Oh ho ho! It's magic.
Look at my face. Now back to
know.
you. Now back at my face. Now back to you. It's working.
Oh, poor audio podcasters.
I
They
mean,
miss all the shenanigans.
yeah, the really exciting shenanigans of the video going out, then the video coming back.
So yeah, that's future concerns. I think for now they nerfed it too hard. I think Blizzard isn't necessarily the best at some of these hot fixes. You know, sometimes they want to listen to the community, and it's like there's too much of a bad reaction to not do anything about it. But the team is probably thinking of future stuff, and then they're like, "Shit, we have to do something fast. You know, we have to fix the problem." And we end up
Yeah,
completely
Blizzard tends to
destroying the
panic a little
problem.
bit sometimes, I think. I'm not sure. I mean, like, so we're talking about not the same team, but the same developer who made StarCraft 2. Yeah.
Oh my!
Just the lowest rent pun ever made.
Stop.
Oh please! I'm red. I'm going to pee myself. Oh gosh, it's done.
Oh man.
That-
I don't even
I'm
remember what
going
I was
old
saying. That
school.
was too important. So yeah, they tend to. What was I just saying?
They tend to overreact at
Yeah,
some point.
They're-
Either they
these
don't
are the
react
guys who
or they
made
overreact.
StarCraft 2. Like they have. Okay, these are the guys who made StarCraft 1. They definitely know how to balance. StarCraft 2, balanced game, sort of, But yeah, they did tend to like kind of
Yeah, I've been watching
overreact a lot
mainstream.
with SC2, especially when I was playing at least. But like, I definitely have liked some of the stuff that they've done balance-wise. Obviously, like we were talking about with Jaina, like she's fantastic. And her
Dana feels
talents,
really good.
not only, and the thing is that I've found is like, it's one thing to balance all the heroes so they're all equally good, which is cool, because you want people to be able to play the heroes that they want to play, but like, I think more important than that is allowing people to build the way that they want to build and have it at least be relevant, like not have dead talents like we were talking about last week.
Yeah.
Actually, I remember talking about, there was a post on Reddit, which, no surprise, it's another post. QQ Blizzard remove Resurgence because
Yeah.
Resurgence. And that's fair, I get it, but someone had posted it, and the main point that I agreed with a lot of was like Resurgence the fact that so many people have Resurgence makes Diablo's passive feel really lame.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, cool, my passive is I have Resurgence of the Storm. If
Well-
I can harvest 100 souls.
I love that
And-
mechanic in Diablo, so I hope they keep it, but
Yeah, it's really cool.
when
It's
they
really
do the
flavorful.
Diablo rework. And it'd be nice if they just took out Resurgence and made Diablo usable and make that like significant.
Well,
Looks
it
like
does
Hey
pose.
Bagels has something he wants to say.
Yeah,
I was
go
just
for it.
gonna. I don't think they need to remove Resurgence.
Okay.
All the way. I think that. I mean, the AMA they said that they made a or maybe it was the patch notes, the addendum to the patch notes. They said that they made a change to Resurgence, but they still didn't like where it was, and that they were still working on a change. I mean, this is alpha. Like, it's kind of weird, I think, personally, for the community to be calling for, like, remove this talent. The game's not even in beta, and you did it wrong. I mean, yeah, I guess we did that with artifacts, but still.
I think that's the general gamer's tendencies
Yeah,
to
give
Yeah,
him a
the
little,
gamers-
give him a little bit to balance it. I think that the key is going to be, not necessarily nerfing it. Maybe nerf it a little more. I don't know. I really, I'm not a balance guy, but make the other talents on 20, strong enough or viable enough or interesting enough that you really question whether or not you should take Resurgence. I'd rather see other things buffed than certain things nerfed, in my opinion.
Yeah, sure. That's a fair point, but that also really increases the gap between level 16 and level 20, which is kind of it changes a lot balance-wise, so you got to be careful with that.
Yeah, no, that's true.
I said that before. I'm gonna say it again, just in case. I used to not really like the buff everything mentality, but I feel in Heroes it's particularly important, especially at this stage. Jaina is amazing. She's good. She has a total full roll. She does big damage. She can spec in a lot of ways. A lot of heroes don't have that. Is Jaina overpowered? No, she's in exactly the spot she needs to be. If we change Jaina, we'd be pretty much screwing over the rest of the game. And it's an awkward spot because when you say no, we can't lower Jaina, or Nova's too strong, we can't lower Nova. It poses an uncomfortable truth. It's what we actually need is to buff everything else. It's going to take a lot of time. It's going to take a lot of work, but that's what
Throw
needs
off
to
a
be
lot
done.
of existing balance. Yeah.
So yeah, I was going somewhere else, but I forgot.
It seems like Resurgence of the Storm is the kind of talent where because there's going to be some things where they have to either be too strong or too weak. Because if they're strong enough to be used, then they warp the metagame, and if they're too weak, then nobody takes them. So, you could just keep adding time to the cooldown of Resurgence, and eventually people would stop playing with it. But, I don't know, then you just end up with Revive in League of Legends, which literally nobody has ever taken in the history of forever. Don't try to prove me wrong. Then nobody has. Because it's just bad.
The problem... I think a good way of balancing it would be... something Blizzard has actually done to the game so far. It's giving communal spells, but giving several heroes better versions of those spells.
Sure.
Farsight on Rhaegar is pretty much the same as Clairvoyance, but I think it has possibly a better radius, and it definitely has lower cooldown.
Yeah. There's also Jaina, who has the improved ice block, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So, and it really makes all the difference. It makes the hero feel special. It gives him an even more particular niche. It gives him more viability. So that's something we could see. Diablo
really
now. Yeah, go for it.
I was just gonna say, I really liked one of the suggestions in the thread was, maybe in that Reddit post was maybe just change up the talent the way it works just a little bit. Maybe they revive immediately at the spot in which they died.
Oh.
So that
Guardian Angel.
because that can just that itself can really change the balance. They don't have to hike across the map, but they could also be immediately surrounded by the other team and
That's a really cool
blown
idea.
away again. So, there's some possibilities because even if you take Resurgence, it sucks to hike all the way across the map and get back to that team fight. Maybe you get back there in time, but because you're level 20 by this point, you probably pushed into their base. So
I think this is something that maybe an external system. I'm gonna say something that I might regret. An external system, kind of like artifacts, but not too much.
Oh, careful.
I'm not sure how you could implement this, but by adding an external system which maybe gives certain heroes additional talents, maybe everyone gets an extra slot, and you can add something, a talent at some point that you shouldn't have. Maybe on Vala, I can trade my Bolt for Resurgence. Maybe on Diablo, I can trade my level 20 for Bolt, and then not Bolt. He actually has that, I think. Stuff like that. An external system where it's not fixed to be actual game, and that's a way out. That's one of the ways out. Because other ways, you have to change everything up. Like, I think Guardian Angel would work, but does everyone want Guardian Angel? It could be way too strong in the case of a base trade, you know?
Yeah.
Like, say we just did a trade, and my team has 4 brawlers with Resurgence. The enemy team's now all in shambles. They have to go back and heal. Okay, let's just hammer at this core. They can't do anything. Whereas...
Sure, it definitely need to be balanced. Like, it's just a very vague idea, and I don't necessarily know that it would work, but, like, it's just, like, it really brings up the point that you can kind of rework Resurgence and keep the spirit of it without...
Yeah, without sacrificing
making
it completely.
Without,
there's-
like,
there's
just
a lot of
nerfing
wiggle
it.
room.
Yeah.
There were some other really interesting ideas in that thread too that I'm just gonna steal shamelessly. There were
Do it.
like
What are your
ideas of,
original ideas that you have for fixing Resurgence of the Storm Zavis?
What are
all
your
my
ideas?
completely original
Let's hear it.
ideas include things like your resurgence starts at a cooldown of 3 minutes, but every time
Oh.
you die it increases.
Whoa, yeah.
Or other ones were similar, like if you die while your resurgence is on cooldown, you not only not get resurgence, but your revive time is doubled. So you have to play very carefully when you're running on your second life.
Fair
I
enough.
don't know necessarily that those are good options, but they're interesting
Uh-huh.
options.
Cool. Definitely. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was
we
trying to
lost
figure out how to bring up chat without removing it, and I think I just put it on the stream for a second. It's just Maid saying, "Oh my god, I have to pee so bad. I'm sorry. Be right back." You know, maybe not handled quite as professionally as me when I was just like, "All right, guys, you work on stuff. I'll be right back." And then I went and peed because I really had to pee because I've been drinking the whole show.
Woot. What else we got on your patch notes or your little talking points there?
Well, I mean, we have all sorts of stuff on my talking points because I'm a prepared podcast host, and I take care of things like that, you know?
If I only knew where those notes were.
Just hang on one second. I'm just looking to making them up right now, yeah. Well, I just wanted to... What we were talking about before, and we kind of like got onto a specific topic regarding this, but in general... just talking about our impressions on where the game's at right now. You know, standard metagame discussion, because we did very recently... Like, have you guys been keeping up? Bagels, have you been watching, like, Kings of the Storm or ESL or any of those?
Yeah, haven't watched as many of them lately, but actually made the drafting tool for HPL, the live draft tool that they use. So yeah, I follow HPL probably closest.
Oh,
HPL,
Okay.
tell me about what HPL is. And explain it to me as if I didn't know what that acronym stood for. Like, if that, you know, if for some reason, not me. Not,
it's just league
not,
play.
Not me.
Like
just like somebody who didn't.
it's league play. So just like your basketball or your football, you know, it's you have weekly games, and then that builds up to a tournament at the end of the season. Right now they're in the middle of their qualifiers, and so they're gonna have a series of tournaments, and in each tournament, the top 2 that come in will qualify to be in the league for season 2. So yeah, they're going through that right now. The top, I don't know, how many teams from the last season are automatically in the league. And then this past tournament, we had like C9 Maelstrom and Barrel Boys qualify for the tournament. Barrel Boys, you've never seen them play before.
Man, it feels
I'd
like you
never
have
heard of
something
them.
to say.
So
Yeah, Barrel Boys actually. When I was on Leviathan, we were kind of friends a bit. We were surprised when they were actually winning tourneys and stuff. We were like, oh, nice. You know, it's Barrel Boys.
Dude, you gotta get on a new team, man. By the way, I'm gonna take that off of your overlay. It just says
No,
made now.
you can keep the LEV. I'm still keeping the LEV tag for now. I'm on hiatus. I'm not on the team, but yeah.
Nope,
still
you
promoting
lost
the
it
team.
forever. Yeah,
it's good.
cool.
I don't know what Zavis said earlier, but I'm gonna agree with it.
Yeah.
I thought you were just gonna disagree with it on principle.
I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt
For
this
any-
time.
We need some people
This
to butt
time.
heads on this show, otherwise it doesn't count.
You know
I'm
what,
gonna
Nate? I'm
remember
sick
it,
of your
though.
shit. Bagels, your hair, it's just too nice. Look at that. It's all flippy and cool looking. I'm sick of it. What kind of a headset is that?
At least I have. Oh, have you seen my headset?
Yeah, tell us about it.
It's the Heroes of the Storm headset. Got it from BlizzCon.
I wanted to go to BlizzCon so bad.
And it has
when this podcast takes off and I start podcasting full time, and they fly us out to BlizzCon,
then you'll be invited to BlizzCon.
I'm so excited for that. It's gonna be great.
Bagels is basically telling everyone, hey, look, maid, this is all the money you don't have. This is all the money like you couldn't spend going to BlizzCon. Hey, look at this headset. Yeah, I got it from I got it from BlizzCon.
It's just like,
You
oh
didn't
man,
go?
have
no.
Whatever. Oh, so I wanted to a lot earlier because this makes mate. Is your house in a tornado or what's going on?
Yeah, man, it's some heavy winds out here. We're breaking up. I can't hear you, Kevin.
Okay. Yeah. What I was going to say is at the top of the show, if we didn't have this whole hero.gg nonsense taking up all of our time, what I would have done is asked everybody who they'd been playing, and oh yeah, I started with that with Maid, and then we got sidetracked.
Damn it.
Save us, we've been playing a little bit. Who are you digging lately with the new patch and all that? Who you been playing?
Well, Jaina's awesome. We've gone over that, so I won't go into that much more. I've been playing Nova just to have fun with it and see, comparatively. I still like her. She may not be the strongest, but I still really enjoy her playstyle, and I think it's a lot of fun. I actually like that she's not as bursty now, and I can do stuff like instead of taking armor-piercing shots, I guess it's called now, at 300% rate, instead of 330% rate, I can take one in the chamber and actually have a damage boost and still not have one attack every 3 seconds, things like that. Otherwise, I actually just picked up Tychus last night and played a few games with him because...
Did you win every game because he's broken right now?
Yes, I did win all my games as Tychus because Tychus is ridiculous.
He's
so that's
pretty
why I did
silly
it.
right
I had
now.
to give in and just be like, I have to play the guy who's retarded. And yeah, it just works. So that's what I've been doing.
I have also been playing Nova and just roaming. Like, for some reason, every time I play her, I get Haunted Minds, and I just have so much fun just crushing people. Because Haunted Minds is just the best for getting, like, ganks in. And, of course, I'm playing... At the MMR I'm playing, which is 21,000 or so, it's pretty high level, but you're still able to pretty much just, like, destroy people, especially when you're in the mines and you just, like, sit somewhere. And
Bagels,
I mean,
I've got a suggestion really fast for HeroGG. We need a StormWatch plugin. And every time we mention a map or something, pull on the statistics of all our losses, and none of our wins. So it's like, yeah, so I was winning all these games.
Oh my god, I kept destroying people playing Nova, and then...
It just pulls up the stats, you died 16
Takedowns
times.
4, deaths 16.
I would be all for that. That is exactly the style for this podcast.
No, man, this is legitimate. This is, we're gonna take down Town Hall Heroes as, like, the, competitive podcast. Fuck those guys. Hey, Jester, is Forker Jester on that show? I can't remember. I just started listening to a bunch of Heroes podcasts because I was too busy playing, but when I started my own, I figured I should probably listen to them.
No, he's not on it regularly, no.
Okay. Cool.
Okay,
So, because some casters are on it, right?
It's Solid Jake, Omega Black Mage, Zoe TV, and Sham2.
Oh, Sham2, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we
Calling
got
you guys
beef with
out.
all those guys.
Fuck you. Anyway.
Hey, I didn't get to answer that. Who I've been playing lately.
Oh, yeah. I forget. You also play this game.
A little bit. Not a whole lot.
You didn't just decide to make this website about Heroes of the Storm just for the hell of it. Just for the money.
Actually, the reason why I code is because I play the game enough to appreciate it, and I play it enough to realize that I suck at it, and I'm better at coding than I am at playing games. So then I go code. But I noticed
that's why I make a podcast.
That for some reason, Malfurion is my number one played hero. I don't know why, but I stink at him. Like my win rate is absolutely horrible on him. And so I've been playing a lot of Malfurion lately, trying to figure out how to win with that guy. So I figure if he's going to be at the top as my most played hero, I should at least have a positive win rate. But that hasn't been working. I've been losing even more and more and more. So I don't know. I don't know how to win with that guy.
I'm going to tell you why. It's because Malfurion is right now he's in an awkward spot. I would say he's definitely one of the bottom support heroes, probably one of the bottom heroes overall. He's really good with combo wombos. Like if you can make him work with a team, you can really make him work. Like those roots can prevent so much stuff. Uther tries to run into you with to Divine Storm. You're just like, no, just stay there, Uther. Yeah, you're not getting close. And he's just in a weird spot. You can't really build him damage. It's just not viable. I think Blizzard wanted to let people build him damage. Didn't work out too well. Moonfire is a lot more of a utility spell than anything, but because it doesn't have a wide enough radius, you can't really do it too well. You need to have really spot on accuracy. Like against cloaks, you think Tassadar, right? You're like, okay, I'm gonna use Oracle, stuff like that. Divine. But with Malfurion, you can use your Moonfire. It's got a short enough cooldown that you can keep uncloaking someone forever.
Okay.
Like against Nova, you can keep her uncloaked forever. She's always vulnerable. So there's that. He's really good at that. He's really good at heals, stuff like that. He's just in a weird spot. Tranquility is like ridiculously OP, or it's really weak.
Yeah, just depending on what the enemy comp is, and it's just really unreliable, right?
Yeah, especially in pugs. Like, I can see him being used in possibly in competitive matches.
But then it's a matter of pure power level.
Yeah, pretty much. So, that's probably why you're losing with Malfurion. Even I can't make him work, and even I, I'm child
Even Abra at 20k plus rating.
That's true. I can't. I haven't really tried it.
Yeah, man.
We're getting some lag here. I don't know if you guys are seeing that. We good?
I think we're good.
It's looking good to me, yeah.
Okay. I'd just like to bring up to everyone's attention that heroic technology in the chat says breasts. So.
Yeah.
What, chicken breasts? What
no,
kind of breasts?
well, there wasn't context included in that. So I guess that's kind of up to us, It's what we
Is
make
it a request?
Oh, it could be. I can take off my shirt. I'm happy to. The stream is lagging a little bit for some reason. I apologize for that. It should be back up. There we go. We're kosher.
Hey, I have got to run. I've got a lot that I need to do. Let me, if it's okay to interrupt you guys, quickly respond to a couple of these questions.
Interrupt to all of the really important stuff that we're talking about.
Just answer a couple of these questions from the chat real fast, and then I gotta get out of here.
Yeah, hit it.
Someone asked. Let's see. I can't read that green on the white, so I don't know your name. Plans for divided ladders, similar to Hot Slogs, and what the timeline is on that. There will probably be some divided ladders. We're just in beta, and we're receiving a lot of traffic and a lot of suggestions, and there's just the workload's really high. So, and then January 13th, there could be a lot of changes coming to the game. So we're kind of just playing it by ear. We don't have any timelines to announce on that. And then he asked a really long question about Ecolaunch.
The next one is about the difference between an MMR on Hot Slogs and Hero.gg. Just like some,
just like some
friends...
jerk on Reddit pointed out that we're a little lower.
No, it's not that as much as just the difference. I think the problem was just stemming from having different replays uploaded. If you're not uploading all of your replays, then your friend might be higher on Hot Slogs and lower on Hero.gg.
And it's more than just your replays. Like your MMR, the estimate of your MMR comes from how well you perform against other people and what their MMR estimate is before the game starts. Mm-hmm. and theirs depends on their opponents, and their opponents depend on their opponents. So maybe you and your friends have uploaded this same number of replays, but if some of their opponents or their opponents' opponents in previous games, they hadn't uploaded all of theirs, and their MMR is inaccurate, then that trickles down to other people that they play. So at the end of the day, we just need more and more and more stats from everybody, like more replays, and then we'll be able to estimate better everybody's skill.
Yeah,
So,
cool. I've noticed that, like, I don't know, this might be a personal thing. I don't mean to, like, imply that there's anything going wrong, but I have my MMR. Maybe it's just because you messed with it.
hasn't changed in
It
a while.
hasn't changed in a while. Is that
Yeah. So
are the MMRs updating regularly?
I don't think they have for a little bit. Like right now, it's currently in a beta state. It's the MMR calculation specifically hasn't run in a little bit.
I was gonna say, so
I'm
you have to
working on
run a whole
optimizing it.
iteration to actually make it update, right?
Yeah. I mean, I will run a full iteration here soon. I've been working on trying to optimize it so that
Sure.
we can do it a lot faster.
I was just
So it
curious
hasn't
on
been.
what
Oh,
the
no, yeah.
process was.
No, yeah, you're absolutely right. So it can be a difficult process because if we get a lot of old replays uploaded, we have to go and calculate MMR for them, and those could affect all the other MMRs that we've calculated. So we need to recalculate MMR for a lot of people. So yeah, hopefully I can get that optimization pushed out soon, and then you'll see very regular updates.
Cool.
But I just want to say thank you. Wait, did you have something?
Just really quick, I'm gonna say this here, and I'm gonna say it now.
This could not possibly be a troll.
To anyone who talks trash about Hero GG being in beta or anything like that, Heroes of the Storm is in alpha. Hero.gg is in beta. Clear winner here, you know. Technology is here, guys.
Yeah.
This is the future.
They said it wasn't there yet. All right, cool. Zavis,
Awesome.
any closing thoughts with 8bagels here?
No, it seems really good. Thanks
Awesome.
a lot for coming on,
Hey,
man.
thanks for coming. Thanks for being our
Yeah.
first guest.
Well, I really appreciate it, and thanks very much for having me. And I look forward to seeing your shows in the future. Have a good one, guys. See ya.
It was awesome. See you around. All right, I'm going to see if I can change this without screwing everything up here. Oh, please.
I'm waiting.
He's
to
got
see
this.
the-
He's got this awesome StarCraft's Skype profile picture. By the way, I love that. StarCraft's is the great test. Oh man, we didn't get the most important 8bagels question, which is how did he decide how many bagels he was? That's funny.
next time.
Probably has something to do with fate and destiny, you know.
Probably. So, how's it going, guys? It's
There
back
we
to
go,
just
we
the
got an
three of
answer.
us now.
It's because he ate bagels for breakfast.
It's because he ate bagels for
Aw.
breakfast.
Ah, that's actually pretty good.
Did
Nice.
you guys seriously not think of that?
I mean,
No, I
like, I
didn't,
understood
man.
that 8 could have been ATE, you know? But,
Yeah.
like, you know.
Look, I'm just an
Oh, boy.
innocent 17-year-old French kid, okay? I can't do that. I can't deal
Wait,
with it.
innocent French?
Yeah, innocent and French. So, think about it.
Are you implying that the French are not innocent?
No, they
Yes.
are innocent.
Because they don't do a whole
they're
lot.
pure,
so
man.
I don't know.
Except when it comes to swear words.
I just-
the French are the kings at that.
From what I understand, I'm supposed to make fun of the French. You guys, like, surrendered some stuff or something? I don't know. So, like, I'm just trying to, like, be part of the cool kids.
I'm actually in that sweet spot because I'm partially French but partially from Quebec. Like I'm both nationalities. So
Okay.
if someone makes a joke about the French, I can just be like, yeah, but I'm actually Canadian.
Ah,
If
there
someone
you go.
makes fun of
yeah,
Canadians,
and
I'm
then
like,
they go,
I'm actually
but how come you're
French."
so French? And they just, it's Quebec, you know? And then, like, how come you're so... Yeah, okay, sure.
I get that double get out of jail free card.
Wow. Yeah,
I
and being
always collect
Canadian,
$200.
all you have to do is, like, say, I'm Canadian, I'm sorry. And then they'll be like, oh. Oh, that's
So,
funny.
Do we have any Heroes of Storm questions?
Well, yeah, we can hopefully get some of those. But what I was going to say is now would be a good time to show you guys this amazing replay. And you guys aren't actually going to be able to see it, but I'll like, you know, totally commentate it so you guys can know what's going on. And the stream will be able to see it.
This is gonna be like some radio, some radio on sports shit, you
And
know?
once again, the Cubs are ready to try and take down. I was gonna try
And
and do
he
like
scored!
old. I was gonna try to
Blah,
do old timey baseball like radio
can't do
commentary,
it.
and realize I didn't know anything about baseball. So that didn't work out so well. Okay, so I just wanted to show you guys, like, just because this was amazing in my opinion. I was in a game. Mugen Ken, Gorgas, friend of mine, Gorgas, who else was in it? I can pull up the score screen, right? Okay. So, on my team was me and some people who aren't on the show. Okay. Just wanted to check that. And we have the Garden Terror, right? We're beating up on their core. They've got 2 men down, we've got 2 men down. And I'll start it here and slow it down to normal speed. What
It's gonna
happens
be
is
great
our whatever.
For people on audio.
You know what? I'll probably edit it out actually. What happens is our Garden Terror is attacking the core. We've got 2 siege giants coming in that we captured before we got the terror. They completely... Alright, so as you can see here, we're fighting them. They have their own terror, I think. Or no, they don't. They just wipe us. We're the red team. So they kill the terror. They kill all of us. Anubarak dies here. They focus him. And right here, we have 1 siege giant. The core is at 4% health. And they go, oh, fuck. They go to attack the core. I mean, to attack the siege giant to kill it. It is at, I'm seeing about 40% health, but they're doing 854 damage to it. They attack it. It's right there at like a 1/5 health. It kills the core. And if it hadn't, with that 1 shot, and that was the last shot it had, our entire base is completely empty. They've got a bunch of minions, and they would have walked over with our entire team wiped and won the game. I just had to share that because it was crazy.
Okay.
I thought
just
that was
Heroes
amazing.
of a Storm things, but that's actually one of the good things about this game. It's how often those moments actually happen. You know, it's like, oh man, that was so hard, that was so precious, so rare. But it actually, like, those magnificent moments actually happen a lot in
They
Heroes.
do. I know. I can't believe it.
But they feel special every time. it's amazing.
Like little
That's-
snowflakes falling on our noses.
Exactly. I'm in Montreal. It's been snowing really heavily for the past week, so yeah.
I mean, like, just like, I meant to kind of say this last time. I just love this game so much. It's so good. It's so much fun. Some of the stuff is like so viscerally exciting that happens on it. The first time that you punt somebody with the Dragon Knight, it's just the greatest feeling in the world.
Something like that.
Really? You're not going to even comment on that?
I'm
Am
gonna
I wrong?
follow up on it definitely.
Yeah, it's great.
I feel that in some cases the game misses shiny animations. Like sometimes it could use a bit more pew pew pow stuff like that.
Sure.
And sometimes it could use way less.
Okay.
Like if we're just doing skirmishes, I'm not seeing enough action sometimes. It's kind of like, I'm just punting, and it's like, okay, that happened. But during fights, like 5 versus 5 fights, you just can't understand anything going on, and sometimes it's actually negative. Like as Brightwing, I'm really busy focusing on hotkeys. Like at level 16, at level 13 or something. On some builds, I can have like 4 extra abilities, plus my D, plus my 4 core abilities. So I'm trying to cycle between 8 abilities, 9 abilities, and at the same time I have to move around and stuff like that. And there's just so much animation sometimes that you can't understand anything going on. Like, did my teammate die? Did he just get punted? Is everybody rooted? What's going on? Am I dead? Did I jump on someone? So yeah.
Fair enough. We've got Mr. Cynical asking a question here. Plays both League and Heroes of the Storm. What do we think are the strong points of HOTS over League? I'll just talk about, like, unless you guys... So my thoughts on that are just, like, I was going in for as a League player. I didn't love League of Legends. Like, I always kind of, like, just tolerated it because it was the game that all my friends were playing, and, like, I spent so much time on it. Yeah, but, like, I never loved it because, like, the community was just kind of, I don't know, you know, I'm not going to talk badly about anybody. But it wasn't the greatest time, like, playing League of Legends sometimes, because the people are so terrible on it. Like, not terrible, just, like, some of them are so insanely toxic, and we're getting some of that in Heroes of the Storm, but less so for sure. And they're without the all chat, which, like, I hate it because I really wish I could talk to my opponent. Sometimes I say, oh, this guy has a username that, you know, reminds me of this thing. I want to talk to him. But, like,
Pizza 5000. I love pizza. Wow. What a mystical
Yeah.
no,
connection.
I think I saw a guy named Gengar today, and I wanted to be like, hey, man. But, you know, whatever.
But you can still do that after the game, right?
Yeah, sure. The thing is, not having the temptation of all chat, like, I get so much less angry at this game.
Yeah,
I
I think it
don't-
was something I read.
That lack of a feature, it's strictly worse than League of Legends, because League of Legends you can choose to turn it off, but the temptation to turn it on and then getting flamed by the enemy team just sucks so much.
This
I
is something
think it was,
I'm.
like, one of those made-up stats of the internet, but someone had written it again. It was like, you know, 95% of everything that goes into all chat in these games is something you don't want to read anyway.
Yeah, I mean, like,
I mean, that's maybe not true, but
that's a high number, but,
that's
like,
how
I
I
agree
felt
that a
a lot of the
lot
time.
of the time you don't want to hear that shit.
Honestly, from what I feel a lot of the stats that Riot pulls out are exaggerated or imaginary.
Well, that wasn't
Especially
a
when
Riot
they don't
chat
have anything to back
stat.
it up with. Like occasionally they're like, "Oh, look, we only ban like 1% of players or stuff like that. Only 1% of players are toxic," which is ridiculous because there's so many toxic players. You can't just say that. If one out
Yeah.
of 5 of my teammates, including me, is toxic, you can't just say 1% is toxic when I'm seeing that every 2 games. You know?
Yeah,
Um,
that'd be 10%.
wow, such magical numbers,
Every
much
two-
calculations.
Every
wow.
every 2 games. Okay, well, anyway. Yeah.
I'm gonna address the thing like directly. I think Heroes was explicitly made for people who weren't satisfied with League or Dota. It's trying to pick up all those people, and it's an extremely good marketing plan because
Yeah.
there's a lot of people that I didn't like League because of the way it played out. 40-minute games,
Not
50-minute
a fan.
games. On the same shit. I don't want that personally. I'm not down with that. I'm used to like StarCraft. If a game is going on for longer than 40 in-game minute time, and that's way less. You know, that's something like 30 minutes. Something's going really wrong, and it's really pissing me off. You know.
And you
Like,
have control, you have agency over how long a game in StarCraft goes. If you try and cheese them, then you can just, like, end the game one way or the
Yeah,
other.
it's possible. But in League, no. And just the matchmaking is horrible. I can't do ranked. At least I don't know if it changed, but back in the days, maybe 2-3 years ago, when I was playing League a bit, I couldn't do rank. I had to do a ton of games. I had to do a ton of grinding just to do ranked.
Yeah.
Which is
the grinding was
horrible.
way worse in that game than in this. Level
Yeah, like-
40 did not take me very long at all. That was, like, months and months to get to level 30 or whatever it is in League of Legends.
Yeah.
The thing that I found that going in from League of Legends, it's just like having it be so much more simplified. I was expecting that I would be disappointed like I was, because I love Magic the Gathering and I played Hearthstone and I just couldn't play it because it was so like there was so little that you could do compared to Magic. So going into Heroes of the Storm, I loved the characters, I loved the art style, it all looked great, but I was so skeptical that I wanted to love it, but I thought I'd hate it because there's no items, you know, there's no individual XP, all of those changes. And I realized that, like, all of those things that League and Dota have in common that they changed in Heroes were just holdovers from Warcraft 3, and there was really no reason for a lot of that stuff to exist. The fact that the two, bases are on the bottom left and top right, like, why? Because they needed more room on Warcraft, right? And the reason each hero leveled up and got abilities as you leveled up instead of just having them from level 1, because that was how Warcraft worked.
I think the only other thing I can say is I'm a bit scared. This is the only thing I'm scared that at least with a bunch of characters, there's gonna be a low skill cap, which is gonna complicate things at the pro level, definitely, and it's already gonna start soon. I feel unless we're gonna see it slowed down by new heroes, of course. But they can't keep adding new heroes with completely different metagame changing concepts constantly, of course. I think it's not necessarily going to be forever changed, and we're not going to see a skill cap topped for too long. But
I don't know about a skill cap in a MOBA at all, dude. Just because of like the strategic and tactical things that are basically infinite,
Yeah, it's just if you compare it to StarCraft, it's not exactly a perfect example. But like StarCraft, there's a large difference in skill. It's how fast you can click, stuff like that. Whereas Heroes, the difference that I mean with skill cap is that it's going to be much easier to reach the best of the hero. And after that, being the best of the best, it's all going to be about something outside the game. It's going to be communication, planning.
Well, those are all parts of the game. Planning, strategy, communication, all of those things. And I think you're coming from a StarCraft background. You're thinking like,
I'm biased.
Well, my APM going up doesn't matter after a certain point, or like, I can learn everything. At an RTS, like, you can never perfect it. But that doesn't mean just because, like, you kind of think about it when you're in a different axis when you're talking about an RTS, where, like, in League of Legends or in Dota or in Heroes of the Storm, any of these, like, there's always going to be the better strategy. There's going to be outplaying or next leveling your opponent, things like that, So, like, I think maybe the mechanics of playing the heroes, it depends on how they make new heroes. They can always make them more complicated, and they've showed that they're not going to restrict anything. Like, you can have a hero with, like, 5 or 6 different abilities that are beyond the 4 that you start with, between your trait becoming active, talents, stuff like that. Like, I don't think that there's really a concern with skill cap.
Yeah, it's not as worrying,
and that's final.
It's just a personal taste thing. I don't like there being like a soft cap on mechanical skill. Like, eventually, I feel if it keeps going like it is, it's all going to be about dodging. It's all going to be who's better at dodging, who's better at positioning, and not about how well I can pull off all my crazy spells on Brightwing. That's my only concern, really.
Fair enough. Zavis, you got any thoughts on this?
No, I think you guys are handling it pretty well. Chat's going
You're just dicking around in chat.
I think a thing Made might agree with one of the statements that you should be rewarded more than we currently are for amazing early game plays. Because it's true, right now, early game, if you wipe 3 of their team in a fight, you gain some experience on them, but that's it. Like, it's not like in another MOBA like League of Legends or Dota where 3 champion kills out the gate, it's like, holy crap, we just fell behind so much.
I think that's a design thing, and I also think that with the change to tower XP, where you get XP for killing towers, that kind of like, that starts to alleviate a lot of those things, and we're going to see, like, it's going to be nuanced. Like, it's not as big of a deal getting early kills in this game, and I think that's the way that they want it,
Honestly, I'm really stressed with the towers. I don't know what I said last time, but I'm actually very stressed right now that early hero kills, combined with the XP you gain, could be very, very deadly.
So you're on the opposite side. You say that there's too many big swings early on.
Yeah, like, I feel at the pro level, it might lead to people not engaging at all if it keeps going like this. We might see people completely ignore the watchtowers for a while, unless they have heroes like Fostad who can take it risk-free. So I don't know. I don't know if I don't think the heroes are that much of a problem. I think it's well balanced right now. Maybe a bit not good enough for the hero kills on some parts, but with the tower XP, I don't know. It's a rough spot. I don't like tower XP. That's what I'm gonna say.
Really, you don't? I think it's great. I really am enjoying it, but that's just me. It makes me feel better as a specialist when I'm trying to just like push.
It definitely does legitimize specialists, but the problem it adds is for non-specialists who take down towers. The niche of specialists is that you're supposed, at least that's how I think Blizzard wants it, is you're supposed to be able to do your thing, take towers, grind XP very well. Some of them can take mercenaries. You know, a lot of them have mercenary talents. You're doing your thing. No? I mean, Nazebo has stuff like that.
Sorry, I'm shaking my head at the cat cam.
Okay, see. Yeah, like a lot of specialists have a lane pushing focus, and then they have a niche where during battles they can do special stuff.
You gotta make up your mind on how you're pronouncing that word, dude.
I'm sorry, I'm French. I don't understand pronunciation. But right now, it doesn't reward specialists enough.
Sure,
That you
sure.
need, to boost specialists, you need to buff specialists more than anything. Right now, it's fucking with the non-specialist meta.
Yeah.
It's
The like 3 bruiser healer assassin build, right?
exactly. I ganked 2 people early on with our bruiser things. We get a few good CC stuff like that. Then we just soak up tower hits. We do a really big lane push. Bam! We got 2 towers off the bat. We've got 2 level advantage at level 4. Like, what's going on, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know if this is a realistic situation, but I feel this is something that could happen.
I've seen it happen. I've seen it like, you know, it'll be like 6 to 8 and sometimes in really one-sided games, but you know,
I mean,
you can avoid that.
We're on a pro match. We do that. We just got lucky early on. You know, we got a good pull on Stitches.
I don't know that
we
it's
caught
ever
them
lucky.
off guard. And just with that, we've capitalized on that. Then they're off stable. We've got 2 level advantage. They got to grind their XP. We get the chests. We get the gold. Bam. We got your middle. We're already level 5.5, and you're level 3. It's it poses some big problems for non-specialists. So that's my total thoughts on it.
Okay. Is there anything else you guys wanted to talk about? I think we could pretty much start wrapping up here.
I would wrap up just because it's been a while, but I mean...
Yeah, this is way too long, man. Who's gonna listen to this whole thing?
I think some people might.
I mean,
it's got its niche.
there's plenty of people have, so thank you guys for sticking around. It's been awesome talking to you guys. Hey, chat, if you guys have any final thoughts, feel free to...
I mean, I would like to add some tournament talk or some extra stuff.
Yeah,
Maybe
we'll get
not
to that
balanced
some
stuff,
other time.
But yeah, some other time, you know. Just
next
maybe something we
week,
could
let's
include.
try and... I think next week what we should do is we'll get the 4 of us, because Biffy will be back. I don't know if we even mentioned where Biffy is, but he has some personal stuff come up, so he wasn't able to make it, unfortunately. But the plan is he'll be back, and the 4 of us hopefully can just all find a current tournament to watch and just like have some really good specific discussion about some competitive stuff.
Yeah, so I think next week, tournaments, definitely.
Sure, yeah, absolutely. And like we said, guys, it's a free podcast, so thank you for... you know, we're still getting the hang of all these things, but it's been a lot of fun. Let's see, any plugs? We've got your Twitter on the overlay this time. Everybody should follow Made on Twitter. Again, obviously use hero.gg. Download their auto updater if you want. It's not a virus, and it's great. It keeps all your stats updated. They're going to be starting to run more MMR updates.
First person that matches Abra's MMR of 21k.
It's going to be
wins.
tough. 21.6. Yeah. So good luck on that, guys. Check out Zavis's Twitch channel. Check out Miss Biffysaurus's Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Biffysaurus.
Do it, or the ghost of Biffy will haunt you forever.
He actually... I usually ask him when he's on the show what his stream schedule is, but he does a really good job. Does really good commentary and stuff, so you guys should check him out. I've got my Twitch as well. I'm not streaming like with a schedule at all, but And also, the other thing that I wanted to plug is Maid and I have been working on reddit.com/r/competitive hots, which is our new subreddit that we're trying to use to just have some discussion on competitive play, people looking for teams, discussion on what the, strategy stuff, let me bring it up here. All sorts of fun stuff like that. And we just hit over 100 subscribers, so guys, check that out if you are interested in tournament talk, things like that. And I think that's all we've got. Oh, thanks, Plays for Change. Closing thoughts, mate, go.
Closing thoughts. Oh God, man, I'm happy with the podcast. I think this is our best podcast to date.
I think it's top 2
Honestly,
for sure.
Yeah, definitely. It's out there, man. We did a good job this time.
We did a great job.
Happy.
And
I'm happy with the guest thing. I think we dealt with the lack of a member good. I hope we get more guests. I think we're getting the hang of each other well.
Zavis is already logging into Battle.net because we're gonna go play some Heroes of the Storm now. I saw that. Don't pretend you didn't.
No, that's happening. I'm also actually wanting to check the free hero rotation.
I'm so ready to do that too. I'm gonna play some fucking Tyrael right now.
I was just gonna say Tyrael. I gotta
God,
break my streak of being undefeated by immediately losing a game as Tyrael.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks everybody for listening, and we will see you next week. I said last week, same time, same place. Neither of those. Well, I guess depending on how you define place, but same time was not true. But we'll keep you guys updated on when new Nexus shields are too strong. Yes. Bye. To respond to the chat. See you guys.